Well, as the big dignitaries begin to arrive in the national capital to attend the swearing-in of India's 14th Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, there are big decisions taking place on the Modi Sarkar. And here on Headlines today, about 30 minutes ago, we broke to you the first definitive pieces of information on the new ministers who will sit on the Raisina Hill Ministries and be part of the crucial and all-powerful Cabinet Committee on Security. Headlines today has got exclusive details of the shape of the Modi government. Very highly placed sources have indicated that Modi is likely to keep the defense portfolio with himself for the moment. Sushma Swaraj could be India's new External Affairs Minister. Arun Jaitley, on expected lines, is in line to be India's new Finance Minister, and BJP President Rajnath Singh, again on expected lines, likely to be the new Minister for Home Affairs. These four portfolios go to the senior most ministers. 45 ministers are likely to be taking oaths today. That's Nirmala Sitharaman on your screen. We can confirm that she will be a Minister of State with independent charge. 24 cabinet, 11 ministers of state and 10 ministers of state with independent charge will be taking oath today. I want to take you straight across to Gujarat Bhavan. Aditi is with me live. Aditi, everything falling into place really at this point of time. All those days and weeks of speculation about who will be the new rulers, who will be the new members of Team Modi, quickly becoming a reality, quickly becoming confirmed right now, even though there's still some room for speculation about some of the others. The top positions are pretty much confirmed now, Aditi.
Absolutely. In fact, Shiv, when we talk about the top four ministries in Modi's cabinet, whether we talk about the Home Ministry, Finance, MEA or the Defence, it was pretty sure that Narendra Modi will be keeping one of those portfolios with himself. However, till yesterday, we weren't very sure that whether he would keep the External Affairs Ministry or the Defence Ministry with him. But this was sure that he will keep one ministry, one portfolio with him. And now we've confirmed it on Headlines today. So that portfolio, which will be under Narendra Modi for now, will be Defence Ministry. And clearly, as we had reported earlier as well, Shiv, about the various top BJP brass getting the portfolios. We had reported about Rajnath Singh getting Home Ministry, Arun Jaitley getting Finance, and Sushma Swaraj getting either MEA or Defence. So this is what we are confirming right now. This is the first top bit of the breaking that we are getting in from the list that has reached Rashtrapati Bhavan at this point of time. Slowly, we also will get to know what are the other portfolios. There are 18 cabinet ministers who are going to be there in Modi's government. In fact, we have confirmed for 4 of them. The other 14 are left, and we slowly will be confirming about who those cabinet ministers will be, who are the other 14 cabinet ministers who will be swearing in along with Narendra Modi today, Shiv.
Oh, you know something? I just want to break some information that's just coming in, Aditi, and to all of our guests who are with us at this point of time. Apart from the people who are getting ministries, there are very prominent faces among those who are actually not going to be getting ministries, who haven't got that all-important call and will not be in the Modi Sarkar. I just want to play out for our viewers what Rajiv Pratap Rudy has said. I want to read out rather. I've got his tweet in front of me from 8 minutes ago. He says, "My best wishes to the newly elected Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his cabinet. I shall continue to look after the party work." There you have it. Confirmation coming in on Twitter from certain prominent faces, Aditi. But I want to bring in Javed Ansari in on this. Javed, several prominent faces who we've seen through this election, missing the Modi bus, as it were, and will not be, will not figure in Team Modi or the Modi Sarkar. Varun Gandhi, one of them. Rajiv Pratap Rudy, another. In fact, he's pretty much confirmed it now, Javed.
Yes, indeed, yes. Apart from Varun Gandhi and Rajiv Pratap Rudy, there's also Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Shahnawaz Hussain, but probably Shahnawaz Hussein's case became a bit difficult because he failed to get re-elected,
yes,
or else he would have been in the cabinet, and that's how Najma Heptullah has managed to squeeze herself in. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi loses out. Rajiv Pratap Rudy, he was being spoken of in some circles as being the next civil aviation minister, though he's also a pilot with Indigo Airlines.
Yes.
So now that's a bit surprising. as of course is the case of Mr. Murli Manohar Joshi, because Mr. Advani, we knew would have been very surprised if he had featured as a part of Narendra Modi's cabinet. But Murli Manohar Joshi had sought to put his ego aside, lobbied hard with the RSS to get himself included as one of the ministers. But obviously, Mr. Narendra Modi choosing to ignore that appeal.
And Aditi, if I could come back to you, what have you been hearing from many of these leaders, given the amount of suspense that has been kept right until the last moment? We do know, don't we, Aditi, that several of these leaders didn't even know whether they were or weren't going to get, some kind of a seat in Modi's Council of Ministers. So along with the surprise of being chosen, there are many of these people who are going to be gravely disappointed.
Absolutely. In fact, for the past 10 days, everything had been extremely hushed up on part of Narendra Modi. In fact, we as the media, we were getting calls from the BJP leaders asking what their future is going to be. So it was that confusing even for the BJP leaders, because they had no idea as to what their future is going to be, whether in the BJP or whether in Narendra Modi's government. And when we talk about Rajiv Pratap Rudy, we talk about Shahnawaz Hussain, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Meenakshi Lekhi, Anurag Thakur. These were the people who were expecting some sort of a role being given to them in Narendra Modi's cabinet. Definitely they will be disappointed, and they will be putting out a brave face at this point of time, saying that they are going to be very much part of the Bharatiya Janata Party and work with their all might. But it is very disappointing, at least for these 5 names that I took, because Anurag Thakur was also expecting a place for himself. Meenakshi Lekhi, who just became the MP from the New Delhi constituency, she's worked pretty hard for the Bharatiya Janata Party, hoping that she might get some place, probably an MOS also in Narendra Modi's cabinet, and her dreams have definitely come crashing down. So a lot of disappointing faces, but however, this completely gets sidelined when you come to see the fact that Narendra Modi will be forming the new government today, and there are many big leaders who are part of this government. Even in fact, when there are Murli Manohar Joshi and LK Advani are not part of it, but little is anyone thinking about those who have not been included at this point of time, Shiv, because those of the ministers who have been included are way more than happy, and they are already working upon what their future is going to be like, what their work is going to be like, rather than contemplating as to who did not get what ministry at this point of time.
It's going to be so exciting. The next couple of hours is going to be so enormously interesting to see who gets what, who doesn't get it, what their reactions will be. We're monitoring Twitter as well, because several leaders like Rajiv Pratap Rudy has just put out a very gracious tweet thanking, saying that he will work for the party, wishing the Narendra Modi cabinet the very best. I want to bring in Mail Today's National Bureau Chief Rizaul Laskar for a perspective on this. Rizaul, there's been a huge amount of criticism of the media over the last few days and weeks about speculation over who gets what. The sense has been that only one man knows who's getting what. But this is the first bit of information that we're getting from the inside about the top 4 ministries. Your take, Rizaul?
Well, I am, I have to agree with you that especially the print media, the kind of stories that have been running for the last few days, there's been so much speculation. But Narendra Modi obviously is a person who kept his cards very, very close to his chest. He's the one who actually, I think, must have made all the decisions after, consulting people. But yes, one was, I had the feeling that he's going to keep one of the very important portfolios along with himself, either defense or maybe home. But some of the names are not really surprising, because Rajnath Singh's name had been suggested
because
for
they've been discussed.
They've been discussed for a very long time. But again, at the same time, some of the other names, Najma Heptullah, is a surprise. If she is included in the Council of Ministers, because she bowed out in the last government in some very strange circumstances, but then I guess they do need a minority face. Some of the other names also, are coming in as a bit of a surprise, but otherwise a pretty good, solid, small, compact team. And the other thing that I think we'll have to keep an eye on is the ministries that he clubs together, because if you remember, there's this talk he's going to have an infrastructure ministry. There's going to be some kind of a finance ministry. ministry or an energy ministry that people are talking about.
Yes.
So those are going to be very interesting.
Editor Strategic Affairs Gaurav Sawant is also with us. I want to bring him in. Javed Ansari, our National Affairs editor, is also with us. Gaurav, to you first. On expected lines, and we were actually talking about this, a few days ago about a prominent portfolio that Narendra Modi might actually keep with himself. It's pretty much confirmed now that he's going to keep defense. This is huge, Gaurav.
This indeed is huge. This is just what the doctor ordered for Government of India and for the Ministry of Defence, because for long, sadly, Ministry of Defence has had a minister who did not have enough clout in the government to get the armed forces what they needed. If you recall, Shiv, when General V.K. Singh was handing over as the Chief of the Army Staff, he'd written a very sorry letter to then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, and he wrote how critical were the shortages in defence and said, with this we cannot defend the country. And somebody like Narendra Modi, who has the will, who has the intent, and who has the might to carry through his decisions, if he becomes the defense minister, this is just what the armed forces would need at a point like this. Psychologically, it would boost their morale. Militarily, it would get them the hardware that they require, because Narendra Modi would know, given the way he's been operating so far,
yes,
where to get funds, how to get funds in the right place, because in the Ministry of Defence, it's the basic weapon that the armed forces need initially, and that is something with a hands-on minister, a hands-on defense minister who's neither a wannabe nor politically weak, nor something who can be shot down by the finance ministry, any of their wishes. All of that would not work with defense ministry anymore, and it was actually a point of no return, for the Ministry of Defence, as you well know. So with a strong defense minister who's also the Prime Minister, and what we're also hearing, if General V.K. Singh, former Chief of the Army Staff, is one of the MOSs there,
yes,
it really works out for the ministry, Shiv.
Gaurav and I both cover defense. We've reported defense for many years. So you can imagine how interesting the prospect of the Prime Minister of the country keeping the defense portfolio at a time like this really is. The shift from a person like A.K. Antony, who was known to be risk averse, quite reticent in terms of quick decision making, to a person like Narendra Modi. We don't know what his performance could be like with the defense portfolio, but the potential and the expectations are absolutely through the roof. National Affairs editor Javed Ansari is with us. Javed, what do you think about this? About Narendra Modi keeping a portfolio like defense at a time like this? There was an expectation for a while now that he would keep one crucial portfolio with himself.
It's a very significant development, very significant move on the part of the incoming Prime Minister. He's often spoken of the need of making India an arms exporting country rather than being one of the world's largest importers of arms. So he's always spoken of and evinced a great interest and desire in the defense forces. Now, if he does indeed keep this portfolio, it would mean a lot, like you and Gaurav were saying, for the armed forces. But Shiv, coming to this list, I don't want to sound like a party pooper, but it's going to be, it doesn't have any name there, barring the fact that Mr. Modi might want to keep defense. It doesn't have a name there which quickens your pulse. All this thing that was talked about, that he'll induct new faces, get people from outside. It's understandable that he has to ensure the regional and social balances right.
Yes.
He gets the balance right. And he's also perhaps hamstrung by the fact that there are only a limited number of vacancies in the Rajya Sabha. And even those are not guaranteed that the BJP will get it. Because I'm told there are 4 vacancies from Karnataka, of
yes,
which at least 2 will go to the Congress
yes,
party. There are larger, about 8 of them from UP, which the SP and the BSP will split amongst themselves, because the BJP doesn't have the numbers in
yes,
the UP assembly. So therefore he's been hamstrung by that. His elbow room has been constrained. But this list right now is making news, not for those who are in, but those like M.M. Joshi, Murli
yes,
Manohar Joshi, and the likes of Anurag Thakur, who are out of it.
So Arun Jaitley, Sushma Swaraj, Rajnath Singh, Narendra Modi keeps defense. The other top line of the Council of Ministers is also expected to include Nitin Gadkari and Venkaiah Naidu. Murli Manohar Joshi, Varun Gandhi, several others, Rajiv Pratap Rudy, prominent faces who are being kept out of the Council of Ministers.